Hello and welcome to the pilot of my new series, A Carameled Critique. In this new series I intend to criticize things I inherently love, but I still deem worthy of criticism. The criticism I give doesn't come from a place of hatred, but rather it's me wanting to help improve the things I criticize. Today's episode is about my favorite YouTuber Travingel. I have daily contact with him and I can honestly not name another YouTuber who is active within his community to the same degree as he is, although it helps that his viewer base has a size which makes it easier to communicate with his fans and or subs. Travingel portrays himself as an easy, no-nonsense anti-PC type of guy with a good and wide sense of humor. He's all for the freedom of speech, whilst still having a clear line of what is acceptable and what is not, and will tell someone when they are spewing bullocks. Travingel is, more often than he would like, associated with the game Team Fortress 2, even though he is openly against the idea of being a YouTuber who focuses on one game. He has a Discord server where he has brought a wide variety of people together, more on that later, who welcome pretty much any new member. With the short introduction out of the way, let's get into the critique. Most of Travingel's videos range from around 2,000 to around 20,000 views, with the occasional 40,000 views video sprinkled in here and there. Despite the fact that some people can only dream of numbers like that, it's not enough for poor Travingel, having made 3 videos all within the span of 1 year talking about how he's not pleased with the numbers. The explanation he uses in these videos is that he's insecure, or in his words,
"Well, that's mainly because my numbers have been in the decline so much that I'm even insecure if you guys want the videos anymore, you know? And I know that I said the same thing when I uploaded Fortnite, and clearly you guys hate Fortnite a lot, but still. Kinda gets you thinking. Like, maybe it's not just Fortnite, like maybe it's you as well. Ain't that right, Bailey?"
It all seems a little bit like emotional manipulation right there.
It seems that the content I produce is not to my audience's liking, so what I do is blame myself. As if to say, oh, look at little old me, to gain sympathy.
Now, I could be completely wrong here, but for the sake of argument let's say that I'm right. Coming of that conclusion, dear Mr. Travingel, if people don't like you, you wouldn't be sitting at 50,000 subscribers as of writing this video. Even as of writing this script, he has posted another link in his Discord to his latest video, or clip rather, once again pretty much stating he's not pleased with the amount of people that actually watched it. This personally enrages me to no end, as when you say something like that, you give the people who have watched the video the passive feeling that they aren't appreciated. Let's put a different spin on the situation. You go to your favorite bakery, you go there every day, you buy your favorite types of bread, whilst still having a critical eye for what type of bread this specific bakery bakes best. Then you suddenly hear the baker him or herself complain that they aren't pleased with the sales numbers, but they say it to your face. That would not make you feel good. In fact, I'm very certain most of you would state to the baker that him or her saying that to your face made you rather uncomfortable. Now I know this doesn't have to be the case, but you still give off that ungrateful vibe towards someone who does want to see you grow. Someone like myself. This could just be a personal issue, and if it is, I'm happy I got to address it in my video. Okay, so as of writing this video, the 15th of August, I found this on his Discord server. Just seems a wee bit whiny, doesn't it? When a person you like makes you feel unappreciated whilst you yourself have done nothing inherently wrong, that is a heartbreaking feeling. But, to anyone in the YouTube scene, I want you to understand that you do not owe your audience anything, but they also don't owe you anything. Think about that next time you complain about your numbers, will you?
But Scott, you also made a video complaining about your view numbers.
Then why the fuck do you think I deleted it? It's not like I feel like that video was a mistake.
Also, once again, as of the 16th of August, 2018, he has been once again emotionally manipulating his fans and complaining about his numbers. Are you starting to see the fucking problem, mate?
Travingel has a very powerful position. In fact, every YouTuber has a powerful position among their fan base. Thusly, you have to uphold a certain image that coincides with what you want your channel to be. For example, I am no stranger to trash-talking people in my own comment section, because I don't feel like I should make myself appear above that level. Travingel wants his image to be a place where you can laugh and joke about things, but you have to set boundaries. This is why he always tries to come at negative or even quote-unquote harassing comments with an attitude which is open to a civil conversation. With that being said, Travingel published a video on the 22nd of June, 2017. In this video he showcases one particular comment on a platform I do not recognize. The commenter's name wasn't censored, giving the impression there's personal beef involved. Now, do you think Daddy Travingel took this comment at face value and just left it alone? Did he carefully explain why this commenter is wrong? Did he use this comment as an example of why he wants his community to stay positive? Are you fucking drunk? This video on its own isn't really bad. You could just say Travingel is taking the piss. I mean, come on, every YouTuber has at some point made fun of their comment section, right? I mean, it's not like Travingel has reacted badly towards negative or unconstructive feedback. No, that would be... Oh, okay, but that was a wee while back. It's not like he still cannot deal with people either taking the piss out of him or having an immature attitude towards him.
Our travesty. Our travesty.
Okay, but it's not like he reacts immature himself to comments in his comment section.
I give up! I give up!
In order to fully understand the next segment, you first need to know who Niels is. Niels is a subscriber of Travingel, and also watches Travingel's Twitch streams and is active in his Discord server. Niels is also a trans man. Minor detail, but it's very important in the following segment. Niels is also someone who I consider a friend, and whilst we don't always agree on some subjects, we still act like normal individuals whenever in conversations. Then again, I'm not an agreeable fellow, right? So now I will give you the short version of the story to set the scenario. A few people concerned the issue of transphobia and sexism within the TF2 community. Banny, a popular competitive player, tweeted about the issue, saying people shouldn't bring this issue into TF2. Or, as he put it, if only the TF2 competitive community put as much effort into progressing the game as they do into virtue signaling. Some people actually thought this was offensive, despite the rather sarcastic way it reads, and that pretending we're all saints isn't really what's going to help this game going forward. I think Overwatch League proved that to us already, but I digress. So, just because Banny made a joke which Travingel didn't actually understand, he made a video bringing a trans person into this issue. Although Travingel did address the fact, Banny later claimed his tweet to be a joke, which I do believe. He only did this after the video was published. So in hindsight, if you just waited for another 12 hours before posting this video, this whole thing could have been avoided. But you didn't wait for clarification. You just contributed, in my eyes, to the problem Banny joked about, which is don't try to pretend you're a saint online. That being said, I am going to take the video at face value and will try to watch this as if I don't know anything about what happened, and Travingel literally has to fill me in on everything. Anyways, let's get into the video, shall we?
Well, with the recent things going on in the TF2 community, I thought I'd grab someone that's actually transgender and ask their opinion on all of this, and of course, give my own input on how this whole situation may be blown out of the water, maybe it's justified, we're gonna see. But in any case, anybody has missed it, recently the competitive player known as Banny, often revered to be the best player in the community, has said some insensitive stuff that has people all riled up, and I can honestly see why, and a lot of people are actually coming out saying that the TF2 community is not as clean as you expect. So what have you seen of this?
Actually, I haven't really seen anything Banny said, but I've seen what Doomsday has been on. He's had some, he's been tweeting with some people about some of the transphobic shit. Yeah, and he's tagged me in a few tweets as an example, so to say.
Doomsday, whether it is done for either a joke or a genuine mistake, Misgendering someone is not transphobic, and here is why. If a person looks like a man, talks like a man, dresses like a man and finally, acts like a man, you would be forgiven for thinking said person is a man. Furthermore, I don't think you can say anything about sexism, whilst you yourself have put out the most racist comment I have seen in a while. Trust me on this one, laddie, I know what racism is, but I guess in your eyes I am just a privileged alpha black, aren't I? I also like how he tries to ignore the fact it's racist when I called it out. He even deleted his original reply to what I said. Real classy. Even trying to imply that white people get less shit than others is racist. Trying to imply white people have a better life just because they're white is racist.
Alright, I'm going to stop myself here. As you can already guess, this footage was pre-recorded, but I cut a whole paragraph out because I got things too political. Which, at its core, is what I'm calling Travingel out for in the original recording of this segment. So I'll just quickly run down the original point I was trying to make. Harassment, in any shape or form online, is an issue of anonymity. Trying to narrow this down to the TF2 community, which you're clearly trying to do in this video, isn't going to help anyone.
So I know it looks like I hate Travingel with all my guts, having said the things about him that I did, but honestly, I still love him and his content. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this rage, this annoyance, this disbelief, all comes from a place of love. See, I want to see Travingel succeed in his YouTube career, but I didn't want to make a video about me just endlessly venting on and on about minor issues, so I thought, how can I make this video special? Well, I told Travingel about me wanting to make this video, and he agreed to do an interview where we intend to talk about these touchy subjects. So, to everyone that's still left, thank you all for watching, and I leave you with this. And before you ask, yes, I did edit it slightly to remain on topic.
Well, so how do you want to start this then?
Well, I mean, I just wanted to start off because this is just for clarification. You're practically my favorite YouTuber at this point because I have like daily interaction with you. You've introduced me to wonderful people.
I hear so many people say this, and honestly, I don't even know what I did other than trying to keep a nice community that's able to make jokes but not go overstep any boundaries. Well, they don't necessarily have the same mindset. It's more so that I present this Discord, or at least the community, in a way that welcomes people that are open to discussion, that are open-minded and wouldn't mind hearing other people's point of view as long as they bring it in a respectable way. I'm not saying go full PC on their asses. I'm anti-PC as it is.
Oh God, no.
But just be respectful. That's all. You can use cuss words, fine, but if you seek to purely insult someone, don't do that here.
Yeah, all right. That's basic.
And
human
I guess that's why
interaction.
that's why the community feels so welcome, because I make that very clear, and I follow those rules myself. I'm not like one of those hypocrites that's all about, you guys can't seek to insult each other, but me, I can call you a faggot if I want to. No, that's not how things work here.
What I actually wanted to talk to you about was, you said like the content depression. Just before we started the recording, you talked to me that you have a content depression.
For pretty much all my life, I always wanted to make people laugh. So that's why when I started YouTube, I saw, I can teach myself some video editing. I mean, I got some extra time off besides my job, so, this seems like a good idea. So I started doing it and building, developing somewhat of an editing style, moving on, leaving certain things behind, meeting new people, letting go of other people. It's in all honesty quite the cycle, and it feels like I'm only doing this for like 2 years, but it's actually like 3 years, and already so much has happened, but at the same time so little has happened. And now that I'm uploading daily, it does. I feel every passing day now. Dear God.
Well, that comment you made on how everything changes, but it also seems to stand still, that's something I deeply agree with you on. Because I can look back on, for instance, Timo stream highlights, that's still perhaps one of my favorite videos you've ever put out. And I could be like, yeah, this could be practically uploaded yesterday, and I'd still laugh my ass off. The content
ahead.
depression. How do you, when you do release content, how do you deal with that?
At the moment, I'm probably doing the most unhealthiest thing as possible for a content creator. The day I need to release a video, that's the same day I edit it, upload it, make the tags, the thumbnail, the title, everything. Like all that needs to happen for that's that day's video, I do it on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot tell you how stressful that is and how soul crushing it is knowing that today is the day, tomorrow is the day after tomorrow is a day where I'm all gonna have to release videos. You see, the thing with the content is I love making it and having people laugh at it. Whenever they leave a thumbs up and a comment giving their timestamp with their favorite moment, that to me feels like, okay, the video's a success. They enjoyed it. I can move on. If I get 2,000 to 3,000 views, I'm happy with that. And lately, not even that seems to happen anymore. So I just feel like my channel is already in its grave, but I'm trying to dig the grave up. But as I'm digging it, the mud keeps sinking the coffin further in. And no matter how hard I dig, I just can't get it out. Peak popularity would be the ideal position, of course. But at the same time, if I would get this would probably make me super happy if it would be possible, but I know it's not. Having 10,000 people per video, that already would make me feel like, yeah, all right, I'm in high spirits. I'm going to put extra effort into what I do, even more so than usual. I'm going to work hard in order to make sure that everything's good. But now I just feel like
you're just doing it for the loyals, really.
Yeah, like I'm doing it for that small book club that that's always there, but at the same time, there's just no expansion whatsoever. There's no growth whatsoever. The numbers are always the same, and I tried ignoring numbers for a while, and it worked out for like 2 to 3 weeks. But after that,
You did a good job of it, actually. Like the number ignoring.
yeah,
Like,
and it was great.
Those 2 weeks were perhaps like the best, but then again, like you just came out of that content depression again, and then it always looks up. But then, like, I still think that you handled that really, really well.
Oh, that's I went into that thought of mine for a bit, but now so much, just a little bit later. The thing is, it's tough when you see everybody around you do 6 times better than you, but you work just as hard, if not harder, and you get nothing, is what it feels like. I mean, I have no hate for content creators that are bigger than me if they have rather bigger success than I do. I'm happy for them, but I'd like to stand alongside them and enjoy having, people enjoy what you do. But I don't. I don't belong in that club. I still sit on that tiny pedestal, just pretty much giving it out. And there's barely any takers. Hurts. Really hurts. And often, I really don't want to rip on my fans, but whenever I'm playing with them, they always feel like they have to show off to me. Like I'm some kind of higher figure that they want to impress. And I guess I can kind of see that, but at the same time, it's a little bit annoying when you just want to relax and then people start showing off asking your attention constantly, even though you just did a stream, you just made a video, you just had a lot of interaction, and you just want to have some time for yourself. But I can't all of a sudden then say to people, you know what, fuck off, leave me alone. I don't want that. I can't do that.
Of course you can't.
That's what
I said, of course you can't. That's not like. I'm a firm believer that neither the YouTuber nor the audience owes the other one anything, but I do think that you just have to go about it with respect.
Yes. And if I tell people, look, I've really had a rough day, I would like to just chill and, bad example, play some MVM, play some casual, and the fact you meet me here, it's cool. I mean, I'm happy to meet fans, but at the moment, I just really need a breather.
That's understandable.
And, well, a few times people are like, oh yeah, okay, I get it, but it's awesome to play with you. And at other times I get, oh, wow, the one time I meet you, you're being actually really inconsiderate. I think you're an asshole now. I never really liked you. You were a bad TF2 YouTuber to begin with.
Yeah, I also get outbursts like that on my channel, and I'm like, dude, the fuck.
Well, yeah, that it's probably one of the things that really toughens you up as a content creator, because when you hear those kind of things, you say to yourself, "Oh,
not this again."
Yep, and that's why I see that some content creators, well, a lot of content creators use an alias when they go in a game, because they love the fans, but they don't, always want to be recognized. They don't always want to be spotted.
Of course they do. It's like, it's really stupid example again, but Musak the other day uploaded another TF2 video, and he has basically faded into obscurity now. And he was almost relishing it. And I think that,
well,
especially for him, that's quite a feat, actually.
I would say, especially from Musok's standpoint, since his channel is a business.
Yeah.
His channel is not for fun. His channel is business. It's his money maker. He has to do whatever is financially profitable for him. So, well, the fact that he has a second channel where he does things that he finds quote unquote fun, that's good. I maybe should have done the same and kept my current channel TF2 exclusive and made a channel that I purely had fun with. But then again, I don't like splitting things up. I think it's messy. I don't want to have to control 2 accounts for the comment section. So I just shove it all into one channel, all the fun, all the good stuff, and maybe it's a mistake. Maybe it's a huge mistake. But I just refuse to make a second channel.
I mean, it does put you at the lower end of the algorithm, of course, but yeah.
Oh yeah. If I really wanted to grow rapidly, and get my name out there, I should be uploading as much TF2 as possible. And then when I'm comfy with my numbers and I feel like I would have enough people stay for me, then I could move on to, what I actually like. But that's just going to create such a bad stigma that I don't really want to do that.
All right, I understand.
It's going to leave such a bad aftertaste in people's mouths that I don't want to deal with that. I want to do what I find fun.
That's a wise look on how to do things. I mean, yeah, I can't really fault you for thinking that. Yeah, you did mention you don't like picking on fans.
No.
Right, so touchy subject. The video with Niels. I've
Oh, hot fire on that one. All right, bring it on.
Listen, this wasn't the reason why I was going to do this, but it was the the drip to spill the
The
bucket.
nail in the coffin?
Yeah, it was the drip to spill the bucket. A lot of people, at least, like, when I've read through the comment section, I've seen at least about 7 people or something, which is a larger percentage of your comment section, that say that you numbed down Neil to the token trans guy for an issue that you, of course, don't really have any experience with, because you're not trans, I'm not trans. How are we supposed to
Speak for them.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I brought him in, because I saw that in the community there was lots of harassment going back and forth, and I just say to myself, do we really need this as a community? Do we really want to be known as the game with about as American of a community as that can be?
All right, then I'm going to
With so many like inconsiderate dickheads. I mean, I'm all for jokes with a bit of edge to them, of course. I love jokes. I love making them. I love even laughing at them when they're about me. But there are certain lines where we have to say, okay, maybe that's a bit too far. Can we chill on that? But people don't want to do that, and it's my freedom of speech. I want to say the N-word whenever I feel like it.
Alright, then I'm going to stop you there.
Wow.
Is that a TF2 issue, or is that an internet issue?
It's an internet issue, but within a community that strives to become bigger and hopefully grow into a big quotation marks e-sport.
Oh god.
You can't have an e-sport scene with this kind of shit going on. I mean, the first impression that people are going to get is when they read up in the community and they read things, competitive player A said this kind of slur against them and this and that and drama, left and right. As a newcomer that would go into the community, I think a lot of people would say, well, no thank you. I'll find something else. I'll play League of Legends. Sounds a lot less toxic.
Ooh, dear.
Yeah, that's how bad it looks. I mean, even in League, I play it, and I get a lot less toxicity from that community than the TF2 comp community. That's saying something. And I'm not including Reddit, because Reddit, oof, ouch.
Hey, as long as it's not 4chan. But then again, that's really
4chan.
That's really scraping the bottom of the barrel. But
do not even start.
No, I'm not going to. All right. Final point. Recently in that Niels video, there was this one guy who you immediately thought of was going to be a dickhead. You immediately called him out like, "Oh, you're a dickhead. Stop this!" And then
I know exactly what comment chain you're talking about.
And then he really, in a really civilized manner, said, "Now let's be professional about this. This and this and this is my opinion. What's yours? These are the facts. How do you react to this?" And I found it really professional how civilized you reacted to that in almost a I wouldn't say self-contagious way, but
well,
self-aware.
The thing is, if somebody really is open to be respectful in the conversation, even though they started off as a dickhead, I give them the chance to recover themselves. I'm not gonna act like, oh wow, really? We're gonna have the entire conversation like this? All right, big boy, let's dance. No, there is room for letting things settle down, and he pretty much exposed himself. Well, made himself look vulnerable by saying, "Okay, let's slow down here a bit," and I went along with it. Because when I posted that video, I knew that there was going to be comments like his, but the speed of which his got commented just got lost in the crossfire, and I said, yep, there it is. I knew this was going to happen. I screenshotted that sucker instantly, posted it, went to streaming, was done streaming, went into my comment section, read through the comment change, and countered that one again. And I saw that he said that it was a joke. I said to myself, fuck.
I mean,
This is not a good position to be in. even though he didn't really make it clear that it was a joke. Hell, I even treated that in the video, didn't I? Where I
Yeah, you
said where
did.
people that type things, they don't really make it look like a joke. They don't use any emoticons, and they don't capitalize each, like every other letter.
Yeah.
I'd say go more civilized. Allow them to explain. Go along with it, but don't be a bitch either. You know, from the
Always.
outside, hell, anything that anybody could say could look at like a bitch.
Indeed.
I mean, hell, even the things I say can be considered by some to be what a bitch would say. But you know, if I focus on what everybody else in the world would think of me, I would not have a lot of breathing space left now, would I? So rather than please the masses, just look to please the people that you want to hang around with.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect note on ending this interview, because I've got everything I need, and I thank you for your cooperation, and I hope that I can proceed with what I have at the moment.